The Lexus RZ 450e, the first mass-produced electric vehicle for Lexus, I should say globally, because the UX 300e has been available in Europe and in Asia and other parts of the world. But it is coming this spring for Lexus. I actually will be driving it by the end of this month, so stay tuned for my hands-on impressions, my driving impressions, and we have a new builder that we'll play with today, and we have updated brochure here talking about all the details of packaging, the pricing, the features, etc. So let's get into it. We have official specs here on powertrain, 313 horsepower. It has the same Panasonic source battery that we see in the front wheel drive BZ4X at 71.4. Of course, it is standard all-wheel drive. They call it the Direct 4 all-wheel drive. 0 to 60 has been reduced. I believe it was like 5.2 before. Now they're estimating 5 flat. And 220 miles of range, that's on this small 18-inch wheels. And then you also have 196 miles. So you go down 10% in range, going up 2 inches in wheel size. Would you be seeing with these 18-inch wheels on your $60,000 RZ? Or would you be springing for, I mean, I don't really like the 20-inch wheels either. But these 20-inch wheels that aren't machine finished look the best, but they're only available on the luxury package. We also have colors, finalization of colors, so we'll go over that. And I guess maybe we'll come back to these features later, because I don't want to get too lost in the details. But unfortunately, you know, the paint colors are very minimal. We have iridium, so kind of like a metallic silver. We have ether, which is their new blue color, which is the only like actual color here, because the rest are, well, I guess you have ether and two-tone, but honestly the rest are grays, blacks, and whites and silvers. So the only color that you can get on the RZ in America is ether. In other parts of the world, you get that copper crest. I think that's what it's called, that copper crest color that debuted on the RX 500H. So it is what it is. So let's go to the builder here. The RZ with 220 miles of range starts at $59,650, but you're also going to have destination on top of that. This vehicle shown is at about $65,000, so not that much more expensive than the base grade. Let's go ahead and just start building our RZ, because this is going to give us the best idea for pricing. So powertrain doesn't change between the two. On the base grade, you still get the panoramic glass roof. You get, of course, all-wheel drive, 14-inch touchscreen display. Now, when you go to the luxury grade, you start off with a few more things. You get the larger wheels, which is not all. It's not like a win-win, because you have to give up 10% in range as well. You have multicolor ambient lighting with shadow illumination. I really want to see that in person. It looks really cool. Also, Marky Mark Lev. Oh, that alone might be worth the upgrade, the $5,000 upgrade to the luxury build. So let's go ahead and build out this guy, our premium, and then we'll do a luxury build as well. So, I mean, I'm only rolling with the ether color here. Let's go to the interior. Let's see if I can zoom in for you. There we go. You know, dapple gray, it is okay. I would probably be going Thunderstorm and Macadamia Nulux. The Palomino is okay, but the Thunderstorm is the way to go. And let's just keep moving. You can put on, what is this add? What does the technology package add? Advanced park, don't need. I can park my own car. Head-up display is nice though. You get the digital key, which puts the phone key on, well, the key on your phone. And let's see here. The cold weather package is an option here. Headlamp washers, windshield wiper. Well, I don't need that here in Florida. Digital rearview mirror is only $200. I'll probably just add that. That's not a bad deal. Illuminated front badge, adding that because I had it on the Q50 Infinity last couple of weeks ago, and I really enjoyed it. Radiant front heater, front knee heater, not necessarily here in Florida. And then the 20-inch wheels. Oh, I'm going to pass on that as well for now. Go to next here. We want all-weather cargo mat and all-weather floor liners. They definitely add to the durability of the carpet in the car. Base setup here with just a couple options here, nothing crazy. I guess ether is a $500 option. I think maybe only 1 or 2 colors is free. So Lexus getting on board with charging for paint. I don't know who started this trim. It could have been Tesla, where they only include 1 paint color is free. $60,880. And does that include destination? I don't believe it does. So you would actually add a destination on top of that. So we're talking about $62,000 for the RZ with 220 miles of range. And man, like with that sort of power as well, looking at the GV60, for example, the advanced package with more power, a little bit more horsepower, acceleration is probably about the same, around 5 seconds here. Actually has one more horsepower. I'm not actually, I would actually probably pick the RZ over the GV60. I feel like the Ioniq 5 gives me everything the GV60 does, unless you go for the performance model. And then you get the nicer headliner and you get like 0 to 60 in 4 seconds. And so, and more range. I forgot to mention that. GV60 range. If we type that in, you get more range on those cars, 235 to 248 miles. So Genesis has them beat. And let's not forget fast charging. Genesis has up to 350 kilowatts, best case scenario of fast charging, where Lexus is around 150. So honestly, the GV60 is a better buy, but honestly, even then, I think the interior of the Ioniq 5 is almost as nice as a GV60, and that is probably more like the bargain buy. The Kia EV6 is fine too, but I would take the Ioniq 5 over the EV6. So let's get back to the Lexus build here. So around $60,000 for the base 220 mile 18-inch wheels model. Let's go ahead and start building a luxury build. Let's go back to the Ether. Yes, you can get it in the two-tone. I think it looks terrible in two-tone. That's just my opinion. What do you guys think? Actually doesn't look terrible with Cloudburst Gray and the Black Onyx. That looks kind of cool, but I don't like the contrast here. I mean, white looks okay, but that's not the two-tone. All right, so let's just go back to this guy. Let's go to interior. Let's go back to the Thunderstorm. So you get the same interior options here. So the interior looks to be pretty much the same. I think you get more suede on the top package though, or should I say the luxury grade. Let's see, individual options. Let's add the rear view mirror, the aluminum front badge. The only way you can get the all-new dynamic sky panoramic glass roof, which is dimmable. Okay, well, let's go ahead. Oh, you can't get it. You can't get the digital rear view mirror with the dynamic sky panoramic glass roof. I guess that is something I'll have to compromise on. Okay, 20-inch split spoke wheels with dark premium metallic finish. Thank God that's a no-cost option because I think it looks great. So let's go next to accessories. Let's add the cargo mats here and the all-weather mats. Shouldn't need anything. I guess illuminated cargo sills. You can get a dash cam in it. That's pretty cool. What else can we get? Illuminated door sills, not necessary. It doesn't even say RZ, for example. Okay, let's just go ahead. It looked like there's a puddle lamp as well. Gosh, what was it? About $5,000 more. You get the Mark Lev, you get the dimmable sunroof, you get the more suede clad interior. I think you can also get as an option, I don't know if it's shown here, the steering yoke. The steering yoke is, of course, like standard. I think over in China. Here in America, I don't know if they're bringing it to the market, but it will be available for the North American press to drive this month. So I would assume that they bring it here, but maybe they're waiting to see what like the American journalists say about it. I'm not quite sure. So let's go back on over to the brochure here. Lots of fluff. I just want to get down to the details right here with the features between the premium and the luxury. We already talked a lot about it, but at around $60,000, panel glass roof is standard, smart access key, driver seats are standard, heated steering wheel, heated and ventilated seats are standard, 14-inch large screens, the same one in the NX and RX, for example. All right, safety features, Drive Connect, Lexus app, wireless Apple CarPlay, that's all standard with the new 14-inch screen. We have 5 USB-C charging ports, level 1 vehicle charging cable. That's great that it is standard. I remember getting the Kia EV6 GT line, and it didn't come with a 120 volt basic level 1 charger. That made me sick to my stomach. Lexus Safety System Plus 3.0, blind spot monitor with rear cross traffic alert, and it has a digital latch with the Save Exit Assist that debuted on the new NX. You have intuitive parking assist with auto braking, so that's like the parking sensors, for example. You have a 360 camera, power rear door with kick sensor, so it is very well equipped on the base model. What is the luxury going to give you? Well, you get additional safety features. So you get lane change assist and front cross traffic alert. You also have advanced park. Don't need it, completely unnecessary. But the advanced park only comes with a head-up display. And those are things you can get on the premium model, which I wouldn't be spending extra money for, but it's just kind of included here on the luxury. The Mark Levinson, though, this is, if you really appreciate sound, you got to get it. And the luxury is the only way to get it. Of course, there's a digital key, acoustic front glass and rear side glass. So every single window on here, maybe not the like lift gate glass, but all the other glass is acoustic. So this thing should be the quietest Lexus ever made. A multicolor ambient lighting with shadow illumination. Really want to see that. Radiant front knee heater. Okay, so those are standard with heated rear outboard seats, and then you have the ultra suede trimmed seats as well that you don't get on the premium model. We already talked about the available package for the premium model, which is the head-up display, etc. Also get the cold weather package. I think we've seen all that at this point. And at this, like, I really don't need to go over anything else. I think I've covered everything. Which RZ would you be most interested in? When it comes out on the market, it comes out in a very funny time. It's been delayed for at least 6 months. The Toyota BZ4X that preceded it was recalled. They're kind of sitting around on lots. I mentioned this in a video on this channel, and it is what it is. You can get them at MSRP or less. They don't qualify for the EV tax credit, nor will the RZ. It'll be interesting to see how well this vehicle does for Lexus. I think they will sell no problem all the ones, maybe the first year or two. But if they don't come out with something with better range, better power, different looks, like there's nothing wrong with the RZ. I think it looks a lot better than the BZ4X. But like when they showed those EV concepts at the end of 2021, that's what I want to see from Lexus. This is way too Lexus for them. This is old Lexus, way too conservative, a little boring, way too safe, and a little cost cutting because it shares a lot with the BZ4X, which is on the ETJ platform, which Lexus could be ditching, as well as Toyota could be ditching for a fully modular skateboard platform in the near future, which could be like 2027, 2028. So ETNGA will live on for a few more years, which is largely based off of their existing TNGA architecture, probably more specifically like the K platform. And it's just a modification of like the RAV4, for example. All these will be built in Japan for the least foreseeable future until Toyota and Lexus can make batteries here stateside, and that won't be until 2025 more than likely. So, it's a bit of a waiting game for them. Yeah, I think this is a bare minimum product at the a little bit late into the game. I think their buyers love Lexus so much. They love the service, the reliability, the quality product so much that this vehicle will sell well. And there's huge wait lists and orders for every single dealership I'm hearing for the RZ. So I don't think that's going to be an issue. And most people are going to be plugging at home and charging it at home. So DC fast charging isn't that big of an issue for the average Lexus buyer. And also most Lexus buyers aren't going to be taking their cars on long trips. And if they are, just go get a hybrid Lexus or a gasoline Lexus, because I wouldn't want to take this 200-mile range outside of my town with a slow DC fast charging compared to the competition. So I'm going to end it there, guys. I can't wait to drive this vehicle despite its perceived shortcomings, at least my perception of the shortcomings of this vehicle until I drive it. Thank you, guys. If you enjoyed it, hit the like button. Do you think you would spend 60 to 70K here? Or would you be going for the competition? Would you be going for Tesla and be getting the tax credit? I'm going to end it there. I got to cut myself off. Have a great day. Take care of yourselves and peace.